Triple G podcast. I'm your host, Uncle G, and with me is Host Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can also leave us a 5-star review over on Amazon for a chance to win a $50 eShop gift card. Last week's winner, we did announce last week's winner, guys. And that winner, I wrote it down, I needed to say it, but I forgot the freaking name again.
something.
TTY Humphreys. TTY Humphreys, you won last week. If you didn't hear it last week, this is another week. And you get another week to respond, TTY Humphreys. And if you do not respond,
this is the last week.
This is your last warning. If you don't get back to us by next Tuesday evening, before our recording of the Wednesday podcast next day, you don't get to win. I apologize, but we need to, 2 weeks is very fair, TTY. So please get in contact with us. Make sure you can prove that you're the one who made the review, because obviously we don't really have any particular way to decipher that stuff. So anybody trying some nefarious stuff, I'll find out though. So don't be trying to take TTY Humphreys shit, okay? Don't do that. But yeah, so TTY Humphreys, you won. And if you guys want to win a $50 eShop gift card, you can do so at Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review and write anything that you want. It's whatever you want. It's all good. As long as it's 5 stars. That's the only requirement. Yes. And speaking of that, Drip, because it's an ongoing thing that we select winners periodically, that means anybody who's there and has not won is automatically entered to win. So if you want to leave your review right this second, you'll be qualified for the next one that we do. And in fact, our buddy Hero of Time has left his 5-star review. And we're going to read that one right meow. Hero of Time says, "This is a great podcast." Thank you, Hero. This week was especially good, referring to our last week's episode with Baldy Rudy.
Which was great.
Rudy, thank you again, Rudy. You were
a
great guest.
Awesome.
Can't wait to talk to you again. If you guys can check that episode out, you can find it down below. But yeah, so Hero says, "This week was especially good. There were several times when I had to stop and follow the conversation in my head so I could participate, quote unquote, and end up being where you guys started talking about after I was done."
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what
it means.
Awesome. I know what it means because he told me about it before he wrote the review, but I don't know what he wrote. I think what he ended up writing was, I don't know. He lost me. You lost me on what you wrote. But thank you so much, Hero. I know that was a great conversation we had with Rudy. All thanks to Rudy because, again, he brought the knowledge last week. So if you guys go check that episode out. And thank you, Hero, for your 5-star review. You were entered to win the next time we give away a $50 eShop gift card. Drip, today is Christmas for you on the podcast.
Yes, it is. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how I'm going to talk about Legos for an entire episode, but shout out to Mrs. G for that one.
Yes,
her
Mrs.
idea.
G.
This is a great idea. And I do have a lot to say about Nintendo and Lego and their collaborations, G. I've got a lot to say about it. We're going to get into a bunch of different things about that. What they're doing wrong, what they're missing. Where they should be focused, because I can tell you right now, it's not in the right place.
Yeah, and there are some good Nintendo Lego sets. There are some bad Nintendo Lego sets, and we're going to talk about all that stuff. But before we do, we want to get to today's episode's sponsor, and today's sponsor is Mobopad. Drip, we've both tried a bunch of different third-party Joy-Cons, but I think we both can say that the Mobopad M6 HDs are the best ones we've used, hands down. From the mechanical buttons to HD Rumble to the Amiibo support, they're so quality. They lack no features. And Mopad has some other products as well. Mopad sells the Chai 2, a Pro Controller alternative. They have the Mopad Nintendo Switch dock, which is self-explanatory, and the Mopad M6S, which is a cheaper alternative to the Mopad M6 HDs. And of course, much more on the website. You can check the links down below. Drip, I can't think of one thing Mopad makes that isn't quality.
It's all great. These Joy-Cons are my favorite. They fit on the Switch tight. I love the clicky buttons. You can change the faces. And right now on their website, you can actually get some deals. You can get the controller and the dock. I believe that's for like $70 for both, which is a great deal. You can get another deal where you can get a pair of the Joy-Cons, a pair of faceplates, and a case, all for a really good price. So definitely check out the website and get those deals because these are worth it. They're a little pricey, they're the same price as regular Joy-Cons, but they have everything regular Joy-Cons have and more. They're definitely worth it, Jeep.
Yes, and you guys can find the link down below in the description of your podcast feed to go to mopad.com. And again, thank you, Mopad, for sponsoring today's episode. One day, Drip, we'll have Lego as our sponsor.
Yes, we will, obviously.
Because every content creator has Lego as a sponsor. At least get free Lego set. I'll take just a free Lego set. Lego. you want to send me a Piranha Plant?
Throw
in the
me
mail?
like a set a month. You'd be the sponsor of the podcast forever.
A set for a month, Drip. Your house would be completely filled with Legos, more than it already is.
Okay.
You'd have to like start like hoarding Legos like at your baseboards downstairs. Like,
no, it would be cool. I could just put more shelves, just layers of shelves all over the walls, and they'd just all be filled.
Can you imagine
with the sweetest
like
Lego sets.
tripping in your house on a shelf full of Legos? Like how disastrous that would be. Like,
yeah.
Even in
I think the worst thing on the planet is stepping on Legos. You ever just stepped on a single Lego?
You know,
that is actual torture. Is what that is. It hurts so bad.
My feet are so messed up from over the years. Just like, all the sports I've done. I've done marching band with marching drums. I'm clumsy, so I stub my toes all the time. Like one of my nails, my toes just won't grow back anymore properly. That many times I've stubbed that one particular toe. Not to mention my flat feet, which has a long name.
Oh yes,
Jeevan
and his
my concrete slappers.
Feet.
Yes, my concrete slappers.
Yeah,
I have all of the feet pain problems. So my life is foot pain. So I mean, but I recognize stepping on a Lego is painful. When I was a kid, by the way, tangent, I stepped on a thumbtack, the kind, not like the thick kind, like the thick plastic with just like the metal kind that just has.
No, I know what you mean. With
curvy
the flat
kind.
metal bottom.
Yes, the flat metal bottom. Yes, that was traumatizing when I was a little kid because I had to like look at it, like I had to look at my foot and see like.
Dude, that's like some Home Alone shit.
The metal medallion poking out of the, like curved outside of my foot.
Okay,
like, oh my God.
Stop. I'm done. I don't hear it.
And all the times I've accidentally, like when I'm playing with my knife, like I am right now, Drip, just like accidentally like cutting myself. No,
stop. God, you are so reckless.
What are you talking about? You don't like when I play with my. It's closed. What's the problem?
I don't care. Put it down, damn
Listen,
it.
So actually, another small tangent. I swear I talk about Legos. I swear. Small tangent. As a drummer, you're kind of taught to play with your sticks, but not because, it looks cool. Because like the more that you can play with your stick, like twiddling your fingers a little bit and not drop it, the less likely you're going to actually drop it while you're performing. And that goes for anything.
That makes sense.
Like a person who uses tools a lot, I don't recommend you go playing around with power tools. But the point is if you can kind of handle it pretty well, just kind of fiddle it in your hand a little bit, like a knife, for example. If you can take a knife out and just fiddle with it and play around with it, you're less likely to actually hurt yourself because you have all the control in the world.
Okay.
Good. Like Legos, Strip. Legos. If we've lost the entire audience, no. Drippa, this is your show, man. This is your time to shine, my friend.
All right. Where are we starting? I'm looking at the set list here. Lego it's one of my favorite things. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say top 5 things. I love Lego. My kids love Lego. I like to build Lego. I have sets all over my house. But you know what I actually don't have a lot of? Nintendo sets. And it's not like there's not a lot out there. There are.
There are. We're going to look at them.
I feel like, I don't know. And this is all sparked from the fact that they've released new Lego today. And I will say, we can start there. The new ones they released today, well, they're not releasing today, but they were announced today. The Mario Kart ones, they look pretty cool. They look all right. There's new Animal Crossing sets. One problem I have with that new Animal Crossing set, which we'll start there, and I'm looking at it right here. This is the KK's concert at the Plaza. It's $80 fucking.
I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry, guys. I'm looking at the Mario Kart ones. So yeah, $80 for the
$80
the KK Plaza Lego set.
Yeah. Listen, I don't even want to start with Animal Crossing. I want to start from the beginning, where they started and where they went wrong.
Okay.
They announced, well, actually, it was leaked. It was leaked that Nintendo was going to do something with Lego and they were going to be Mario Lego sets. And I was pumped about that. I was super pumped. And before I saw what they were, and then they came out and you see what they are. Like, they're not even like Mario minifigures. And I think that's one of the places they messed up, first of all, is making those Mario things the way that they are. They're not, I don't know. They don't even look cool. Like that Mario figure, you give me your opinion on that Mario figure.
You mean
it sucks?
You mean that Mario figure?
No, that set. I don't know. We're going there yet. That set, the first set, yeah. I mean, we can pull that up if you want to talk about that.
No,
We can
I
go
thought
there.
what are you asking me? Ask your question again.
I'm just talking about the Mario figure, the one.
Oh yeah, the big chunky,
the one,
the chunky
the
boy.
big chunky thing that like has the electronics in it and it talks and
Yes.
They didn't need to do that.
No.
I just feel like they didn't need to go there. You know what I mean? Like a simple Mario minifigure would have been fine.
Well, I see what they were doing because, do you actually know what the features are? Because it looks like there's a Bluetooth turning on and off. Like, what does it even do? It's not just a regular Lego. If you guys have not seen this Lego, it's not just a Lego figurine of Mario. It's a big, chunky, like palm-sized, like big. You don't put it together. It comes put together. It is a Lego figurine, but it's like it's a toy.
Well, you can change the clothes. That's another gimmick they did. I mean,
so it's an electronic toy.
Genius,
it's not a Lego at all. It's an electronic toy that has like Bluetooth. Like, what is this thing, Drip?
Okay, it's not really not really Bluetooth.
It's Bluetooth.
When you turn it on, there's certain blocks that you place when you're building the set that have sensors in them, and when you put the Mario over that sensor, it'll trigger some type of reaction from him. So that's like the thing. And that's cool. It's a cool little novelty, but like that shit wears off fast. It's not worth building an entire ecosystem around, 4 fucking phrases. I'm sorry.
No,
that's kind of dumb.
But we know this is for kids. This is clearly for kids to play with.
But pull up the set. Pull up the set, the first set, because this is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Where is it? I need to find it too. Is it on the first page or the second page?
I don't recall. It's on the stream right now. But
all right, I need to see it too.
I think it's
on the.
Yeah, I'll pull it up for you right now.
There it is. There it is. There it is. So the Adventures with Mario starter course. That's the first set they put out. I want you to take a look at that.
If you're watching this show, of course. If you're listening, it's a little. You describe it, Drip. Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna rip it apart.
I mean, it looks like there's little like island areas, which are basically 2 Legos thick, flat pieces connected by small, flat Lego pieces, just long 2x2 Lego pieces. That is the cheapest. That is horse shit.
I would say without the figurines, it's about a $5 to $7 Lego set.
That's what I'm saying.
And if you add the figurines, maybe it's like 15. But now, of course, because they have batteries in the figurines, so now you get. Of course, it's going to be $60, right?
No,
it's logical.
Absolutely not. $60 for that. That's insane.
It's insane.
That is not worth it. When you look at other Lego sets and you look at this, that's not worth it. No. Like that was the first thing they showed us as far as Legos and Nintendo. I was very underwhelmed at that point. Now, I don't want to be Mr. Hate all the shit that they've done, because there is good stuff. I do want to talk about, I think all the Mario sets suck except for a few. We'll come back to the good ones.
Yeah.
But there are a few good Lego sets, but they're the adult ones. They're the 18+ ones.
Yeah.
They're those. Like if you go to the what's the one I have upstairs? The Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah. That
one's good. It's got the TV that cranks and the Mario goes across. Like that's super cool. It's got the old school Nintendo.
Absolutely sick.
That one's really great.
It's totally sick. And it's absolutely worth the money from building it like Legos, from the time and the experience that you had. Because that's what I like about Legos. It's tangible stuff that you like possess, which isn't always the best thing to spend your money on, because possessions are just possessions at the end of the day. But the Legos give you an experience, that putting it together with the person you're doing it with or your kids or whoever. But also this one in particular, the ones that have the moving parts, it has a novelty that lasts forever. Like Drip is going to have this in his house displayed probably forever. And people are going to walk over to it and twist the handle
and crank the
handle
knob,
and see Mario go across.
That's the cool thing about this. Like when you look at the design of the entire thing, like a lot of people don't know what's going on inside there, but you were here. Yeah, because Abby built the TV. She built the inside of the TV. Built the whole TV while you guys were here last year.
She's built.
Yeah, but I mean, like the way that is set up and the way that works to make Mario go across the screen like that, it's insane.
Yeah,
the time it took to develop something like that is so cool. But then you see stuff like these, and I know they're for kids, but still, like, could we not have made it look a little bit cooler?
Yeah, let's look at some of the existing Animal Crossing ones that are already out.
Yeah, okay, the Animal Crossing ones too. Well, no, before we do that, I do want to talk about some of the other Nintendo ones that are good.
Okay.
The Big Bowser, again, $270.
Sure.
That's the problem we're getting into, and we'll get to that in a second. But the Nintendo Entertainment System, $270. The mighty Bowser, the big Bowser.
Yeah.
270.
He is cool, but
He is very cool.
270.
He's very cool.
270
There's
is a
another
lot.
one. There's the question block. And I'm not sure the price of that. I don't see it on the first couple pages here. I'm trying to find it, but it's an expensive one too. It's not cheap. There it is. Oh, wow. That one was $200, but guess what? It's down to $160 on sale right now.
And if you guys didn't know, just FYI for Lego people who like to buy Legos, definitely check out Lego's actual website. They have deals. There are deals pretty much all the time for different things.
Yeah,
but
Walmart does some pretty good stuff too, actually. If you go at the right times of the month and stuff, you can get some decent deals on some
this
stuff
question
that they're
block's
trying to
pretty
push
cool.
up the-
Honestly, the box is really cool. I love the box.
Yeah, I mean, that's they put so much effort into those.
Oh wow!
And the
I
Mario
didn't know
ones,
it
I just
opens
think
up. That's so. It opens up or it transforms.
no, it opens up. It like
Oh my
it
God,
opens. The
that
top
does
comes
open.
up,
Look at
the
that.
sides come. Yeah, and there's like different levels from Mario 64.
That is
It's cool.
incredible.
It's very very cool.
I love that. I love it.
So a lot of those more expensive sets, yeah, you can tell. Like they really did a good job with them. They really did.
Yeah.
But then you go look at like just some of these ones. There's some of the smaller sets that are good, and I think at a good price. This one not. The Bowser Express Train's $119. I see the piece count. It's 1,300 pieces. I understand. Okay, cool. Whatever. That's whatever. But I think the best deal and the best one that you can get for the little kids Mario stuff is Bowser's Muscle Car. It's only $30, but that's
Bowser's
sick.
I didn't see Bowser's muscle car.
It's on page 1. It's a little. It's about 5 rows down. 5 rows down. Second one over. It's good.
Okay, I'll find it.
It's a purple car. It's really, really awesome. It's basically, I think it's like his car from. Isn't he in a car like that in 3D World? He's in a car or something like that, isn't he?
Oh yeah, I'm finding it. He's in a car in a few of the different games. I think 3D World. Yeah, I believe that I found it. So here we go.
Either way,
Showing the people here.
that's a cool set.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a cool set.
How much is this one?
It's $30.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's
For $30. Well,
nice
okay,
little
let's
toy.
look at the piece count. 458 pieces for $30. It's a good deal.
It's a good deal.
It's a great deal. Love that. So, okay, getting away from the Mario stuff. I think they really, really missed on the Mario stuff, mostly. Because if you notice, we're talking about two things. We're talking about sets for kids that are decently priced and that
are toys. They're not display pieces.
Yeah, and then like the display pieces that like adults are going to want. And
but they're expensive.
that's another thing. They are expensive. They're
too expensive. Even the one I recommend the Nintendo Entertainment System for anybody who can afford it. But that's the thing. There's not too many people out there can afford almost $300 for what is essentially a thing that sits on a shelf.
Yeah. Well, and then the Super Mario World, the Mario and Yoshi one, the 16-bit looking one.
Now
that has
one,
the motion.
Yes, that one.
That one's,
you and I have different
it's
opinions
okay.
on this one.
Yeah, it's okay. It's $120. It's $130. That's not terrible, but I feel like that one is lacking a ton because I saw it on like an IGN thing when they were at Comic-Con and they showed the back of it. And all the gears and everything are just exposed on the back. Like you turn it around, you can see everything.
Which I think is funny as we're looking at the promotional images here on the video feed. There is not a single image that shows you what the back looks like.
But the back looks like shit.
It looks like
really, really bad.
Now I want to explain. Let me explain for 1 second, Drip, why I think there's big reasons why I think they decided not to go with the back on this one. Number one of the reasons, in no particular order, it's a 2D game. So I think it just kind of makes sense to have it flat 2D. Number 2, it's really cool to look at the inside of it. Like from the other side, it does look dumb, but at the same time, you crank the crank, and all of a sudden you see the gears move, something you can't see with like the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's all boxed up. You get to see the inner workings of it and respect it. But number 3, I think is the biggest reason. I think you underestimate the bad when it comes to taking something that is 2D and turning it into 3D. I have an example here I'm going to grab.
I know.
Off my shelf. Now you know what I'm talking about.
I agree
with the people
with you. Yes, I know what you're talking about, and I agree. I just feel like they should have at least...
Let me just explain for the people on the show.
Put it in a box. Cover it up.
Drip, let me just explain for the people on the show. I'm holding right now the, and I like this, by the way, the Link amiibo from the Adventures of Link from Legend of Zelda, the original game, the amiibo. And I call it the Minecraft Link because he's 3D, 2D. But that's the thing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 8-bit.
He looks like junk. Like, honestly, it does not, like, I think it's novel and it's cute, but let's be honest. This is an awful amiibo. Like, it's pretty bad looking. And the reason it's bad is because they tried to take a 2D character and blow him up into 3D, and that does not work well. And I don't think they could have done a really good job making that 3D. Also, this by the way, making it 3D would probably remove the whole crank function pretty much entirely. So again,
but the only thing that has to be exposed is just that crank. I don't know. It's whatever.
Yeah,
I think that's lazy. I think I don't like it because of that. I think the front looks cool, like the mouth opens, it walks, whatever. Cool. I think the back looks like shit. It's a little bit better priced for somebody who wants to get something like that, but still just a little too much. And we'll get into the sweet spot of what I think they should be doing in a bit. But let's go to another Nintendo franchise. That's Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Now, I think I made like TikToks about it and YouTube shorts about the leaks that they were coming. And I did with the Zelda ones too long ago. God, I made a video about that 2 years ago before they even announced this shit. But the Animal Crossing ones I was excited about because I thought, oh, cool, we're gonna get like a really awesome Nook's Cranny to build, or whatever, just any of the places from probably I would imagine at the time New Horizons. That's basically what we got, stuff from New Horizons.
Yeah,
they're okay. They're okay. I mean, they are play sets, which is fine. I understand. Some Legos still have to be for kids, and that's okay.
Let's start with the biggest one that they have as far as price.
The newest one, right? Which would be KK's concert at the Plaza.
Correct.
$80. That's overpriced.
Yeah, you could look at
550 pieces.
You can use the figurines for scale. This is small. This is
it's very small
thing.
There's for $80,
and because it's small, that also means detail is minimal. And I mean, as far as like playable things, because it's a play set, right? What's playable? I mean, you have that car, which is completely and utterly unrelated to Animal Crossing in any way, shape, or form. That could have been a banana, and it would have been just as relevant as a 4-wheeled vehicle. Like, I don't understand why that's even a thing.
I don't recognize that car.
I think it's supposed to be KK's bus. Like, it has music notes on it. It's like KK's
maybe
tour bus.
You know what it might be? It might be from the mobile game or something. Maybe that's why we don't know it.
I don't care. I think it's completely irrelevant. It's so irrelevant. New Horizons is the thing. Mobile game, who cares about the mobile game?
I mean, it is irrelevant. But that's the thing. If you go look at that set, like you turn around to the back, it's just like, it's so small. It's like, it's not.
It fits in the palm of your hand. The whole house, the whole plaza would fit in the palm of your hand.
All these sets do. And that's the thing. You look at the other ones, look at the other Animal Crossing sets. They're not that, I mean, dude. Okay. Half the pieces, but basically the same size. The Dodo Airlines. At least that one comes with a fucking plane.
Well, the Dodo Airlines, I'm actually a huge fan of that one.
I like that one too. Nook's Cranny comes with an extra house. It's $75. That's way too. I'm sorry. That's 535 pieces. That's way too much. That's way too much. And these sets just they're cool, but they're just very low detail. They're very phone it in to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was let down when they showed what these were. I was really excited for Animal Crossing Legos. I was like, oh man, I'm getting every set. It's going to be so awesome. I'm going to build like a village. These are underwhelming. The buildings are underwhelming. They look fine from the front. Then you turn it around. It's like not even half a building. It's just the front of the building.
Yeah. It's the front of the building.
That's all it is. You turn it around, there's nothing back there. And it's fine for like an open back to do something. Like, it barely has sides. There's nothing there. All these just, I don't know. Even the campsite.
And for me, the size is not a big deal. But this comes in hand in hand. When it's small, that also means there's less area for detail. Again, I stress that there's just so little detail in these. I mean, the cherry tree, they could have done so much with that, And it's just like, what is that? 7, 8, literally 7 or 8 Lego bricks total in that whole tree
with little holes to stick the cherries and stuff. Yeah, I don't like that. But okay, here's the thing. It's fine to have these sets. Like, you have these sets. This is like the kids stuff, the play sets. That's fine.
Exactly.
But again, and we're going to get into this a little bit later, but adults build Legos too. Have you been to my fucking house? Adults build Legos too. I'm not the only one. I mean, we'll touch on that in a minute. But adults play Animal Crossing too. Lots of them. Lots of them.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would say, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I may be wrong, but I would gather that there are just as many adult players of Animal Crossing New Horizons as there are children.
Nah, more. There are more adults.
More?
That play Animal Crossing.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that is a game.
Guaranteed.
I mean, everybody played that game. Everybody. Anybody who owned a Switch played that game.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. We need some adult-driven sets. Like, it's cool to have whatever, KK's concert at the plaza. It's overpriced. But, like, I would like to see a museum. But, like, an actual museum. A nice size, something you can build like that. Or maybe even just one of the characters. Like how the Fortnite sets are. Like how you have the Peelybone, 18 plus Fortnite set.
Yeah, and that
they just put that. And I gotta say,
sick, man, Peelybone is sick.
Listen, and I want to touch on those for a second too. The Fortnite Lego sets, dude. Every single one of them, all 4 of them, bangers. Every single one of them. The Battle Bus comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minifigures. Full on, big detail, $100.
$100.
Perfect price for that. Perfect price for that.
Not small. Lots of detail.
Lots. Now, this is where they really hit it. The Peelybone's cool. I like the Peelybone. $100. It's an 18 plus set. You've got an 18 plus set for the Fortnite fans. That's cool. You got one. The Durr Burgers, whatever. I mean, it's 193
whatever.
Pieces. It's 15 bucks.
Moving on. It's cute.
That's a good deal, though. $15, 193 pieces. That's a good deal.
It's a toy.
Yeah, that's fine. It is what it is.
Not even worth
small.
mentioning. I can't believe you mentioned it.
The one. This is the sweet spot, and the price is fucking perfect. $40. The Supply Llama, 691 pieces. I mean, it's a good size, it's a good piece count, and it's a good price. That is it. That is the type of set we need Nintendo to be making, and they make a few of them. I have one here. It's right here. It's this. This is the one I haven't mentioned. The Piranha Plant.
Yeah.
Now, this one actually has less pieces than the Supply Llama. The Supply Llama has 691 pieces. It's $40, Jeeb. The Piranha Plant has 540 pieces, but it's $20 more. Less pieces, but $20 more. If you look at, as you mentioned earlier, Jeeb did a little bit of research earlier and found...
if you want to call it that. I observed.
Piece counts for Nintendo sets are very low for the price. All the prices are way higher for anything Nintendo, which I find interesting. You get the Nintendo tax not only on your third-party games that come to the Switch, but you also get them on your Legos.
Well, yeah. So let's do some quick little stuff here over on the screen here. So again, we already talked about the pieces here. The Supply line. No, we'll start with Peelybone.
Yeah,
Peelybone is 1,400 pieces. Okay, $100.
Yeah. Good deal.
Just looking at side by side. Now let's look at the Super Mario World Mario and Yoshi, which is 1,200 pieces.
Yes, less. 200 less.
200 less pieces. It moves. We'll give it that. Took some extra engineering. It does move. $20 more, $30 more expensive.
Yeah,
200 less
more
pieces, $30 more. That's not the only example that you can see when it comes to the Fortnite comparison here. Let's look at, let me see here from Lego. What was the other one? We had a different one as well. The Piranha Plant. Okay, Piranha Plant. There's 540 pieces.
Yeah, that's the one I just said. Yeah,
$60. Supply Llama, 700 pieces, $40.
$20 difference.
$20 difference.
That's very weird. I mean, but we get it. We have the same thing when third-party games come to the Switch. We pay full price. We pay $60 when you can go buy that same exact game on the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Store or at fucking Walmart physically for like $5.
Yeah.
That happens all the time. I'm not surprised to see that, but I honestly, believe it or not, somebody who buys Legos and pays attention to this, I've never noticed that until you brought it up. Didn't even notice that.
There are a few companies out there that can get away with this. One, the biggest one, at least in America.
Apple.
The Apple tax is a known thing. Especially if you're a tech enthusiast, like there's an Apple tax. And you pay that Apple tax and you get something in return that's not just the product. and you're willing to do it. It's the Apple tax. Nintendo tax is what
Either that or you're just stuck in the ecosystem and you have no choice.
Yeah. Another thing that I'm learning as I get more and more back into gaming here is Nintendo. There is a Nintendo tax. Like you just said, you pay full price for these games their entire life on the Switch.
Yeah.
And I've had Steam games for a long time. Looking at Steam prices versus Nintendo prices on the same exact game on a platform that is lesser, in my opinion, not lesser platform. That's rude. What I mean is the hardware on the platform.
The experience you're going to have in the game is
vastly
not
different.
At the same, it's not at the same quality as if you're playing it on anything that you're going to be running it with Steam.
Not a knock on Nintendo Switch. You guys know how much I love my Switch. It's just a fact. Like the games don't run nearly as well. The experience is going to be worse on a Switch versus a Steam Deck. But you can get games on Steam Deck for 1/10 of the price. That's just a random number thrown out there. I haven't done anything research, but you guys know when you go buy the same game on Steam, it is a more discounted price than if you were on Nintendo. Not only because Steam prices are cheaper, but also there are other alternatives out there to just the Steam store that you can get these games on. I use CD keys all the time for Steam Deck, and you can get game. We were just having a conversation in Discord. The Batman Arkham trilogy for Steam Deck, well, for Steam I should say, is like $6. You could buy one of the games for less than $2.
You know how many times I've bought that trilogy? I have it on Steam. I have it on Xbox. I have it on PlayStation. I don't have it on Switch. I don't have it on Switch.
And nor should you, because it's like $40 on Switch.
Yeah, it's like $60.
And WB did an awful job porting that game to Switch.
The port's terrible.
It's a disaster.
Okay, but listen, back to the Lego thing. I want to touch on one more thing. And I want to go with the Zelda stuff, because that's what makes me the most excited about Nintendo and Lego. And we got one. Everybody knows, we've already talked about this. The Deku Tree, 2-in-1. You can either make the Deku Tree from Ocarina of Time or the one from Breath of the Wild. The Breath of the Wild one looks way better in my opinion. But this one, I mean, it looks great in person. The pictures don't do it justice. Once I got to see the video of it, like IGN did their stuff from San Diego Comic-Con, and I got to see like the actual walk around of it. It's really nice.
Yeah, they did a great job with it. We did talk about this on our show recently.
The problem.
You're skeptical, but yeah, after seeing that video from actual video footage from IGN, was it IGN? Who was it?
It was IGN.
IGN. It was just you can tell that it's worth the price.
It is. There's so many little details. It's really good. The problem is it's $300 fucking dollars. It's $300. And you're not even using all the there's pieces that are just going to be sitting to the side because you're not using them, because you can only build one tree at a time. So like you can build two.
Right.
It's just, I mean, I like it. I like it a lot. It's got cool minifigures. There's a ton of little Koroks. There's so many little details in this too. If you really like turn it around and look at the back and like all the little things on the ground. I mean, the Master Sword pedestal, like everything is just so deep. The mouth moves. I don't know if you know this. The mouth moves.
I did not know that.
Yes. There's a lever in the back that you can move the mouth and make it talk.
That's really cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of really cool little stuff in this. I mean, if you are a Legend of Zelda fan, you can look at this and pick out little Easter eggs and details in both trees and all the little pieces and stuff that they used in this. It's a really, really well done set. It's just expensive. The problem is not everybody is going to be able to get in at $300 and get a Lego set like this. The big problem they are missing, which I've kind of already touched on, the big problem they're missing with this set and a lot of the other stuff that Lego's doing with Nintendo is that middle ground. We need middle ground sets. I know they want to sell these big premium sets, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Sell your sets, but you got to have something for everybody. You know, they have this big push, this marketing thing that they use all the time. They use it all the time. It's one of their main like slogans. Adults welcome.
Yeah.
They have an entire line of Legos that is pushed towards adults. And we talked about this earlier. The reason is because those adults who build Legos now, me, are the kids who were building the Legos when they were making, you know, when they were really coming up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
When Lego was making a name for itself. We were the ones building those sets. We were the ones buying that stuff. We've stuck with them. So they want to keep that market, and which is fine. I love that. But not every adult, even though you're a grown-ass adult, does that mean you have $300 to spend on a Lego?
Yeah, I think what I want to talk about quickly here it's that disparity. It's not, I got no problem with kid Legos. I'm not out here complaining the fact that there are kid Legos and why aren't they made for me? Boo-hoo, me, bad Lego, bad Nintendo. I want everything to be for me. That's not my argument here, okay? I think it's great. In fact, there should be more kid Legos because they're for kids. That's what ultimately it's what it's for. To play with the kids, play with the Legos.
Okay.
My issue is the disparity of if it's a kid Lego, it's cheap and it's crap. Or if it's an adult Lego, it's expensive and out of reach. There's very, very few. That's why I really like that Mario and Luigi one. Because it's right, it's 130, which is a bit on the expensive side, but it's still affordable. I think for when you talk about the landscape of Legos.
Which one?
The one that you don't like, the one that moves, that one, the Mario on Luigi.
Oh, the Mario and Yoshi.
Yoshi. Did I say Luigi?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, yeah, I got you now. I'm with you.
Mario on the Yoshi.
Yeah, it's $130. That's in the range of doable, at least doable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Once you get double that price,
then you got your Piranha Plant. I think is also a perfect.
That's the sweet spot, man.
It's still expensive as we've discovered. As we've discovered, it is too expensive because you can look at the other ones for Fortnite and they're more pieces and less expensive. But again, for paying the Nintendo tax aside, that one's affordable and it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's for adults and you could display it. There needs to be more of those. We need to. Why isn't there just a straight up Mario or Luigi for $60, just like the Piranha Plant? Why isn't there a Yoshi on his own for $60? Why are we missing out? The adults are missing out on all the cool stuff. And why are the kids getting these Animal Crossing ones that are just so lacking?
Well, I mean, I think for kids they're probably fine.
Yeah, kids are gonna be fine, but listen, as an adult who's buying them, I know what I'm buying.
Yeah, you look at it, you're like, especially if you know. So yeah,
I paid $80. I paid $80
about Legos.
I paid $80 for that house, the Animal Crossing house, for my child, and they're gonna be happy. But I'm gonna be like, what the hell did I just buy then? Like, that's crap.
Oh. We only have one Zelda set right now, and it's super expensive. But, Jeep, I have some ideas. I got some ideas for some Zelda Lego sets that we could see in the future that I would like to see. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets.
All right.
That I would like Nintendo to put out.
All right.
Do you want me to start with I'm going to start with the biggest one, and I think it's the most obvious. The most obvious set, and this one is going to be. Now listen, I know I just see I'm gonna contradict myself here, but I know I just said I want more affordable sets. Not this one. I want this to be Millennium Falcon level, $800, huge set. Okay, this will be like one of those ones that goes down on the all-time most expensive Lego sets with the Titanic, the Millennium Falcon, the Eiffel Tower, the big sets, the huge ones.
You're blue balling us. What is it?
Hyrule Castle. Hyrule Castle. And I'm talking about not just any Hyrule Castle. I'm talking about Twilight Princess Hyrule Castle. If you look at that one, the architecture on that is absolutely insane. It's got the perfect
you're right,
castle town.
You're right. You can see the Lego quality detail in the game itself. It's already made for it. They just got to copy paste those textures. All they got to
do is copy it. Yeah.
It's Lego textures already.
It's got a great castle town that could be included. Great castle town. Just the architecture of the castle is insane. If you really look at that castle, it's probably the best castle in any Zelda game. It looks amazing, but I want that thing so big that it takes up an entire dining room table. Like, let's make this.
Drip's like, I will buy a whole fucking table just for this.
I will take out a loan. We will get it. It's going to be great.
You'll stream it, the 15-year process of you building that Lego set.
Oh, it would take forever. I mean, the Millennium Falcon is
Abby
insane.
We come over and she finished it in a weekend.
Yeah, I'd have it like halfway done. Then you guys show up for vacation, and then Abby finishes the entire thing in like an afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one, Wind Waker. We got to get a Wind Waker set. This would be an affordable one. This would be in that sweet spot, I think. I think this would be that $40 to $60 range, maybe a little bit more. Maybe
not 40 because they don't do 40.
Okay, maybe 60 to 80.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
The King of Red Lions, the boat.
Yeah,
give me that.
That's a great one. That's a great one.
And I think just it doesn't have to be massive because you don't have to get you could make that detail at a pretty decent scale. It doesn't have to be huge. That would be a great one. I think that would be a really good one to display, especially if it was an 18+ set and came with like a display stand like most of the 18+ sets come with. I think that'd be a great one. This one I actually saw they make a set like this. If you go on Amazon, you can find knockoff Lego sets of some of these,
Yes.
and they're really good. This one especially, the Breath of the Wild stables.
Oh, yes, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yes, the stables. They look really good. And if you know anything about the Breath of the Wild stables, they're basically giant tents with huge horse heads on the top. I mean, they look amazing.
Yeah.
They're really amazing. I know someone submitted a Lego Ideas set to Nintendo to make that an actual set. I do know that. I mean, we could actually see that one, but the fact that we've already seen it online as a knockoff probably means we won't see it. Another one I think you'll agree with.
Side note, I don't know if it's on your list or not, but you were talking about third-party Legos, and I actually do you know that you can probably see it back behind me. I have the Master Sword. Oops, I pressed the button over here. I have the Master Sword.
Okay, well that was on my list.
Okay, perfect.
Master Sword and Hylian Shield.
Yeah,
I see it. Yeah, I see it back there. Is that the knockoff Legos? How did they go together? Did they go together okay?
This one did. It depends which knockoff Lego that you get. That really does make a big difference. Because we also bought, not Nintendo related, but we bought, actually I got it for Christmas one year. I got an Eagles helmet. It's like palm size. And then Eagles Stadium. Do not buy whatever brand. I think we literally threw it out, unfortunately. But like, do not buy that brand. It's because the Legos were not Legos. They were, you could probably fit about 10 pieces, 10 of those Lego pieces. Oh,
they were those little itty bitty tiny ones? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
We got had with those with some Pokemon ones. The fake Legos that have the tiny, tiny pieces. Because let me tell you, it's not the pieces.
You can't even put them together.
That's not, no. The pieces are a dream compared to the other issue about them. The issue is the booklet, the putting it together.
Oh, yeah. We threw them away.
Absolutely. It don't even try.
Impossible.
Don't even try. Like, they basically tell you to put together 50 pieces at a given time. Like, Lego would give you like a handful of pieces to do. It's like, here's 50 pieces, and it's just like,
it's like you don't even know where to start.
50.
Yeah.
Now these 50.
Yeah, my 8-year-old's trying to do that. Like, she's like, and I'm looking at it like, nope, ADHD's just shut my entire brain down. Let's throw it in the trash.
If you guys go on Amazon, if you go on Amazon and you find the Master Sword, that one, whoever makes that one, that's a good one. That is a good.
I think the people who make that make the stable too.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm
pretty sure.
That is, I can recommend it. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know where we got that or how we got it, but it's a good one.
All right, you ready for this? I think you're gonna love this one.
I'm waiting.
Okay, 4-pack. Okay,
ooh.
It's a 4-pack. We're probably looking at around the same price, $60 to $80. I'd say scale for each one is going to be about that big. Okay, about
6 inches high,
8 to 9 inches high.
All right,
we'll say. Okay, the 4 Divine Beasts in a set. I think that would be a great little set. That'd be a lot of fun to build.
Love it.
And you could do those at a mini scale and still get a lot of detail out of them, I think. You know what I mean? Have you seen some of the mini sets that they do of Star Wars where they'll do like they just put one out recently. It's the Millennium Falcon, but it's a mini scale. It's tiny. It's like this big.
I didn't see it,
and
but
then
I love
they have one that's like a Super Star Destroyer. Looks great. They've got a mini diorama of like Luke Skywalker coming in and like blowing up the Death Star.
See, like
with a tiny little X-wing.
For multiple reasons, those are the types of sets that I look for when I'm shopping. Because number one, I'm broke, so the small ones are going to be more affordable. Number two, I have lack of space to put these things in, so I don't want a big giant thing. Like, I love that TV, but I would never buy it right now, even if I could. There's nowhere. Yeah. There's nowhere to put it. I got nowhere to put it like that. So like this for size and for a price, those little ones that are like $40 or less are like perfect Lego sets put together. And like the ones that are
even those ones are
the ones that are perfect.
70. I think those are
I was gonna say like the Up House that we have, that was a $80 Lego set. At least it was on sale. I don't know how much it actually costs.
No, I got that on sale for like $40.
Yeah,
I have it upstairs.
I remember
too.
You bought yours weeks
like
after I bought mine for Abby for Christmas, and I paid $30 more than you did during Christmas time. But yeah, so I would say the $78 ones are the perfect size for if you're trying to splurge a little bit, but you don't got too many funds and also not a lot of space to go around.
Space, that's the big thing.
They're not big. They're manageable. They're very manageable. We have the 100-acre woods as well. It's like $130.
That's a good set, man. That's a really good set.
It's like $130. I don't know the piece sizes. It's over there. But anyway, it is for that price range and what you're getting. Again, it's a splurging a little bit, but it's a good set. It's a good set. Or is it $100? I think it's a $100 set. Either way, it's a good set. Moving on.
Yeah, I think it's $99. I'm pretty sure. Okay, I got 2 more, both from Breath of the Wild.
You talk. I'm going to turn my fan back on because I'm sweating my balls off. So you keep talking.
Okay, do your thing. Okay. Well, I can't tell. Oh, my God. You have to hear it. This guy. I can't believe this guy.
What now?
We'll wait, Jeeb. We'll wait.
What happened?
I'm talking to you. I can't tell you what the next thing is if you're not here.
I can hear through the headphones. It's just
lies. Okay, anyway. Next one, I'm going to go with the smaller one first. Both from Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
I feel like Breath of the Wild has like the coolest stuff in the game. I mean, there's probably more. And if you guys in the chat want to start putting ones you'd like to see,
yes, please, chat.
And if we'll totally read them out. If
you're listening on Spotify, you can use the comments down below to message stuff on Spotify. I get to see that stuff. I never really talk about it because I didn't really know that it's a real thing, but you can literally leave a comment on Spotify and I can see that instantaneously. So if you're listening, about 20% of you guys listen on Spotify. So leave us a comment on Spotify. And if on YouTube, again, the YouTube comment section, of course, I read all of those. And the live stream, chat. But, okay, sure.
A Guardian.
Oh.
And I'm talking like a pretty big one.
You say the word Guardian, I just hear the dun, 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 dun. I hear the music.
Yeah. I'm talking about like I want the body to be... I want the body to be like 10 inches tall.
Yeah.
And
we're talking
legs,
we're probably talking like 199
legs.
range, 150.
Yeah, it's going to be an expensive one. I'd like to see a really big one with really good detail, big legs, posable legs. You know what I mean? Something really cool looking.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome. Of course, maybe you could even make it to be scaled to a minifigure, and it could come with a little Link minifigure.
That would be so cool, like to scale.
And a little laser beam to put in the eye so you can put it down to the shield. Like, that would be sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a great set, and that's an awesome thing to display. You could set that up once, make it look cool display. I like that one. The last one, I mean, the Hyrule Castle is that's the dream set, the big one. Yeah. This one I think could be very cool. Like could be scaled to the same size as the castle, but like, a lot more affordable.
Like bucket list stuff, Drip. I want to room my house for Legos. I just want a room that is for Legos, and in that room is gonna have the Millennium Falcon. It's gonna have.
I want that.
It's gonna have the Hogwarts.
It's like
castle.
$800.
Gonna have the Hogwarts castle in there.
I want the Lord of the Rings.
We're gonna have the Disney,
the Lord of the Rings set too.
The Disney one, the Disney castle.
The Disney castle.
That's Abby's.
Sick.
That's Abby's like dream. She wants that one.
I want that one. That one's it's so.
And then
good.
If they do something like the Hyrule Castle, I want that. I want
that one too.
Like you guys can have your trains if you want your train room. I want a Lego room.
Yeah, I want the Eiffel Tower. Have you seen the Eiffel Tower?
I've not seen it in person.
It's like as tall as me.
I probably have seen
massive.
it. I think I've seen it like in display on the store. You know?
Yeah, it's huge. Okay,
so
only the 1%. It could be around
only
the
same 1%
scale.
has that in their house.
Yeah, I mean, where would you even put it? Okay, so listen, the same scale as the Hyrule Castle I was talking about earlier. Really large scale, but this one could be more affordable because it's not quite as much. But a Sheikah Tower from Breath of the Wild.
Or the one from Tears of the Kingdom.
Tower.
I noticed that you keep mentioning Breath of the Wild references and not Tears of the Kingdom.
Not Tears of the Kingdom.
That's an episode for the future I think we need to talk about. Because I feel like I'm pretty confident to say at this point that Breath of the Wild is a better game than Tears of the Kingdom. I feel like you're telling me without telling me right now all these Breath of the Wild references.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. Everybody stay calm.
Little teaser into the future, but I feel pretty strongly about that. But go ahead, Drip.
Yeah, I think a Sheikah Tower would be good. If you think about like the way that the Sheikah Towers look, all the little swirlies and all the stuff, imagine like building that out as a tower. I mean, and the tower would still be, you're talking 2.5, 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking, thick. A big thick tower.
That's gonna be expensive.
The whole top.
We can do one for cheaper. We can do a $100 tower. We can do
maybe
that.
In that 130 range.
Yeah, max.
That's a Lego price, 130.
Well,
so we can do it in that range.
Nintendo tax. Yeah, that sounds about right.
$130.
Yeah,
decently tall tower. I think that would be a fun build too. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of it would be the same because you'd just be building the tower up, but the top would be so intricate, like all the things on the bottom, and then the top part that like splits open, and then you'd have the little area for the Sheikah slate and the tablet and like the little pedestal and all the stuff that's up there. Mm-hmm. That would be a really fun build, I think.
Ooh, it could be mechanical too. You can like, at least if it's Tears of the Kingdom, so that's where my brain is. The one where Link pops out of the top, like in Tears of the Kingdom, we can get him to pop out.
Yeah,
little spring-loaded
cool.
action. Pop them right out.
All right. So listen, real quick recap.
Yeah.
Hyrule Castle, the big set, the $800 set, the big one.
Love it.
King of Red Lions, we're talking a $60 to $80 set.
Yeah.
Stable, probably going to be in that 160 to 200 range, I'd say. It's going to be a big set. The Divine Beast set, I think we can get away with like $60 for the
$60 each, you know? And then for
no. It's a 4-pack. They're small.
Oh, they're
These
small.
are little
These
builds.
are little ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
All four in one pack.
I thought you were talking about like $60 each.
No.
Okay.
4-pack. Small. I'm talking smaller scale.
All right.
Master Sword, and I did have the Hylian Shield as well. I'd like to see the Hylian Shield kind of like, you know how they did Cap Shield?
Yeah.
The really big shield. I'd like to see a Hylian Shield like that you can display fully made of Legos.
That'd be great. That'd be so good. Like it's pixel art. So that you could very easily do pixel art shield. It'd be great.
And that Cap Shield is massive. Have you seen it?
I have not. I actually don't know what you're talking about.
Huge. It's Captain America's shield, but it's Legos. It's
what are you on a first name basis with Cap?
Yeah.
Like,
are you really quoting Ant-Man 2 right now? You are. I don't think you know it.
I don't know it. I saw that movie, and I'm not the biggest nerd like you are with that stuff.
Okay.
All
anyway,
right, Cap.
So that, Captain America. You know,
Yeah.
that's what we call him, Cap. So where was I? The Guardian.
Yeah.
Big set, big $200 set. Like to see some real detail in that. Posable legs, small Link figure, and the Sheikah Tower.
Yeah,
I think those are good sets.
I need that spring-loaded action though in the Sheikah Tower. I need to be a Zonai Tower.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're doing Tears. We're not doing Tears of the Kingdom sets. We're not. I'm sorry. We're doing Breath of the Wild sets.
It sells better.
Okay, well, you know what?
Did you see that article?
Conversation.
Did you see that article recently? And people talked about it. That Breath of the Wild is still outselling Tears of the Kingdom to this day. Like,
you know what I just thought about? You know what we're gonna do? That's gonna be our members podcast next week. We're gonna talk about Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. So if you're not a member, you can become a member by hitting that little button by the subscribe button. And if you're
podcast content every month,
if you're on an
$3
iPhone,
a
I'm
month.
sorry, you're going to have to get on a browser to do it.
Yeah,
but,
don't do it on an iPhone. And by the way, just note for anybody out there who's still using an iPhone, which there's a lot of you guys out there. I know Patreon. Well, listen, because you don't know about this. I didn't tell you about this. Patreon really recently talked about this, and it's warning creators because Patreon's going to start charging each. Well, I'm sorry, not Patreon. Apple is going to start charging everybody on their platform extra money. Subscriptions wise, so like if you have for subscription services, like
they already do it
for no. Well, yes, but for it's hitting Patreon now, particularly. So like for example, I used to have Patreon. I used to have $1 a month. If I wanted to ask you guys for a $1 a month pledge on any platform, you could do it except for Apple. Well, the way it's going to work on Apple now is if you want to do it on Apple, then you're going to pay that buck. That's still that same dollar everyone else is going to pay. Then you're going to pay an extra X amount of dollars on top of that. I think it's like 30%. So for you, if you buy it on Apple, the same subscription will be 30% more expensive for you just because, and that money goes straight to Apple's pocket. So, and like for bits and stuff like this on Twitch, if you're on Twitch, again, Apple will take extra money out of your pocket.
Yeah. Okay.
Just for buying it. So it's,
we can talk about, yes.
Oh, that's after show
We're
stuff.
getting way off the subject.
Well, I know, but I'm just giving listen, it's a silly episode. I'm just giving a PSA to everybody out there who because that's a thing. So if you guys guys use Apple to buy stuff and you need to go to a browser now, do not use Apple to buy things like that if it's multi-platform.
Yeah, everything
stuff.
costs more. I am bad about that, but it does cost more. But yeah, you can become a member. We're going to talk about Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and Breath of the Wild on our members podcast next week. If you're a member, you'll see it, you'll get to watch it, and you'll get all the episodes that we've done in the past, which some of them are great. One of them I did from the porch. One of them Jeep did from the beach.
From the Airbnb.
There's lots of fun stuff. Yeah, there's lots of fun stuff that are all archived. You can go back and watch every single one of them if you become a member. And it helps us. Helps us keep doing what we're doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Other than that, Jeep, I think that's a podcast. I think we're done here.
I think you're correct about that, Drip. And I don't know how to end this episode other than thank you guys for listening. I want to thank you guys for checking out this episode as well as last week of Baldy Rudy. That was a ton of fun. And for next week, we have a new guest. Did I talk about at the beginning of the show? I don't think I did. Next week's episode, we have a new guest. He's coming on the show. Sergio AM. What? Oh crap! I just had the channel name and I lost it.
It came from a box.
It came from a box. If you guys love that kind of content, which I think you do because you like Drips content, it's like Drips content, but way better. Go check out Sergio.
That's true.
And I can say that because I make Drips videos. So I can say that. I'm unqualified. It's not a diss.
No, it's not. His stuff's great.
Yeah, it's great stuff. So we're going to talk to Sergio next week. It's going to be a great time. Yeah. So we're going to see you guys. Well, if you're in the stream, don't go anywhere. We're going to hang on the after show. But if you guys are listening on audio platforms or on YouTube after the fact, we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.